The Seal Portion, the Final Testament of Jesus Christ. Chapter 16, the header. Benelli is the first mortal child born to Adam and Eve. He discovers that he is not Adam's son. Benelli discovers his true father and begins to deceive the other children of Adam and Eve. Cain is born and is influenced by Benelli to slay Abel. 10. And Adam kept all the commandments that he had received from Jehovah when he was expelled from the Garden of Eden. And he taught these commandments to his children according to the manner that was shown unto him. 11. And it came to pass that Benelli grew and became a popular man among the other children of Adam. And he began to notice a difference in his appearance from those who were the other sons and daughters of Adam. For his skin was darker, and his features were different than the rest of his brothers and sisters. And his father Adam did not think anything of the differences that were obvious in the appearance of Benelli, even because he did not understand all of the mysteries of God pertaining to the creation of a mortal body at this time, and therefore accepted that Benelli was conceived of him. 12. And Benelli went unto his mother Eve, and questioned her concerning these things. And Eve could not hide the truth from Benelli any longer, and explained unto him that which had occurred in the Garden of Eden. 13. And Eve petitioned fervently unto her son, and asked that he would promise her that he would not reveal these things unto Adam, who did not know that this thing had happened, and who loved Benelli with all of his heart. And Benelli loved his mother and hearkened unto her, and promised her at this time that he would not tell Adam that which she had revealed unto him. 14. But from that time forth Benelli began to search out his natural father, even that he began to pray unto Satan and ask for his guidance and his blessing. And Satan came unto Benelli, calling him his son, and giving unto him all that he desired. 15. And Benelli began to teach his other brothers and sisters the things which he had learned from Satan, which things were contrary to the commandments that Adam had taught unto them. And because the words of Benelli were enticing unto many of his brothers and sisters, they began to rebel against the words of their father Adam, and follow the commandments of Satan that were taught unto them by their eldest brother Benelli. 16. And in this way did Satan begin to have success in possessing the bodies that the Father had created for Adam and Eve. And from that time forward, men began to be carnal and sensual and devilish in their ways. 79. And it came to pass that by the words of Benelli, the heart of Cain was hardened against his brother Abel. 80. And Benelli entered into a secret pact and covenant with Cain, that if he would kill Abel, he would be protected and watched over by Benelli and those who follow him. And Benelli convinced Cain that the things that he was to do would bring a greater peace and happiness among the people, and that he would be held in respect among them for that which he would do. 81. And they made this pact according to all that Benelli had learned from his father, who was Satan in the beginning. And this pact was held secret among them. And thus began the children of men to form alliances and make covenants one with another in secret, that they might get gain and destroy those who prevented them from getting that which they desired. 82. And Cain did that which Benelli desired of him. And he went unto Abel while he was tending to his flocks, and slew him. And this was the first time that a child of Adam was slain by the hand of another. And thus began murder to enter into the hearts of the children of men. 83. And Benelli and those who followed after him came to Cain and gave unto him the title of Master Mahan, which title was given to him of the highest order of this secret society, which society was set up to get gain and maintain power among the people. And Benelli also gave one of his daughters unto Cain as his wife for that which he had done. 84. And those who belonged to this society did not think of themselves as evil men, but they thought of themselves as the most righteous among the people. And they took upon themselves oaths and covenant that would protect them and also protect their desire for gain and power among the people. 85. And their desire for power, as they had convinced themselves, was to assure the prosperity and freedom of all those who belonged to this secret order. And they took the endowment that they had learned from Adam and changed the signs and the symbols and the penalties to fit the desires of their secret society. 86. And they began to convince themselves that their ways and their teachings were the right ways, and that if there was a God, then that God would want the same things that they desire, which things are joy in their families, and joy in their worldly possessions, and joy in their freedom. 87. And this society began to enforce the desires of their hearts upon the people throughout the land. And if any man or woman refused to live by the laws that they had established according to these desires, then they would call upon those who had taken the secret oaths and covenants to protect their society to kill this man or this woman. 88. And they began to set up a system of law that served this society and its desires, even the desire to get gain and hold on to this gain for the benefit of their families. And in this way did the laws of men begin to supersede the laws of God. And in this way did Lucifer do that which he had promised upon being cast out of the presence of the Father, even that he would take the treasures of the earth, and with gold and silver he would buy up the means of force, and that he would buy up the means of justice and laws that the children of men would be subjected to through the governments and religions of men, and reign with blood and horror upon the earth. 89. And this society began to use gold and silver and the precious elements of the earth to measure and control the gain that they desired. For behold, among the children of Adam there did not exist a means whereby the value of the things of the earth was measured. For all things were free unto all, and everyone did that which they could, according to their individual abilities, and all received according to their individual needs. And this was done by the sweat of their brow, which was commanded of them by the Father in the beginning. 90. Nevertheless, it had come to pass earlier among the children of Adam that there lived some who did not want to work by the sweat of their own brow, but who had put themselves up above their brothers and their sisters. And these thought that because of their words or because of their intelligence, they should not have to work by their own sweat. 91. And it was the eldest son of Adam, even Benelli, who had learned from Satan a way in which he could get gain by not working with his hands. And he had been convinced by Satan that because he was the eldest and one of the most intelligent among them, that he should not be required to toil like unto the others. 92. And it came to pass that Benelli spent many days wandering throughout the land, observing the toil and labor of the rest of his brothers and sisters, even of his father Adam and his mother Eve, whom he loved. 93. And he was shown by Satan the gold that glittered in its natural state, and that it was beautiful to the eyes and smooth to the touch, even that it was everlasting, and that which could not tarnish and age with time. And he also knew that this gold and also silver, which had the same attributes of gold, was sparse and was not found in abundance throughout the land. 94. And Benelli gathered up a large quantity of this gold and this silver and began to shape jewelry in a fashion that was most beautiful to be seen, and most comfortable against the skin of those who would wear it. And he went unto his wife and adorned her with the jewelry which he had made, and convinced her to show it unto her friends and her neighbors, and let them touch it and see its beauty. 95. And the other women began to covet the things of the wife of Benelli, and they desired of their husbands that they might have jewelry like unto hers. But these men did not know where to get this gold and this silver of which to make these things. And when they searched throughout the land, they could not find any, because of that which Benelli had taken unto himself. 96. And when their wives knew that their husbands could not find that which they desired, they pleaded with them to go unto Benelli and request of him some of his gold and his silver, that they might have these things. 97. And the men went unto Benelli and asked of him that he might give unto them some of his gold and his silver, even that which he had gathered up in abundance unto himself. 98. And Benelli answered them, saying, My dear brethren, it is my utmost desire that I should share that which I have with each of you, so that ye might give unto your wives that which I have given unto my wife, even that which hath given her great joy and pleasure. Yet I would ask of you, if it is fair that I give unto you that which I have toiled to obtain. Even for many days have I toiled and labored with my own hands, that I might acquire these things. And with my own hands have I fashioned these things unto that which bringeth joy to my wife, and which your wives also desire. 99. And ye spend your days in toil by the sweat of your brows for the benefit of all, even the food that we eat, and the homes that we live in, and the clothes that we wear. And how is it then that your toil is more important than mine? For behold, ye toil to assure that we live. Yet what type of life do we live, if we do not have the joy and the pleasure that this life can bring? And ye have beheld that I have provided my wife with that which bringeth her this pleasure and this joy, even beyond that which ye have provided unto your own wives. 100. But I want that ye have the ability to give unto your wives this pleasure and this joy. Therefore I would that ye should trade with me your labour and that which your labour produceth. For that which my labour hath produced, even that which will bring joy unto your wives. 101. And it came to pass that with his words Benelli convinced the men to give unto him of their labours, and of their food, and of their clothes. And he caused them that they should build houses for him, and fences in which he could mark the land that was his, even that for which he had traded in his dealings with these men. 102. And it came to pass that the gold and the silver of the land became more valuable to the people than their food, and their homes, and their raiment. And Benelli controlled the trading of the gold and the silver, even so much that he became very rich among the people, and possessed much more than his other brothers and sisters. 103. And many others coveted the things that Benelli had, and they wanted to become rich like unto him. And in this way the children of men began to divide themselves into classes, even into the poor and the rich, or those who had much and those who had little. And those who had little coveted that which the rich possessed. But because gold and silver were so rare and precious among them, these poor could not become like unto the rich. And there were those among the poor who began to steal from the rich. And these justified their actions because they felt that they should have that which the rich kept from them, even their gold and their silver, which they could not find in the land. 104. And thus the children of men began to come under the control of Satan, and he did rage in their hearts and became their God. 105. And Adam laboured all of his days to convince them of their errors, and to turn them once again to the commandments that he had taught them, which were given unto him by the Lord. Chapter 20. The header. Adam continues to explain the gospel and the commandments of Jesus Christ. He explains the evil of money and worldly possessions, and gives the commandments pertaining to them. He expounds on and explains the evils of the family unit. 1. And the Lord continued his commandments unto us, saying, Lay not up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. 2. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? 3. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. 4. And when we received these commandments from the Lord, we did not understand the meaning of them, for we had no desire for any of the treasures of the earth. Yea, we did not know what we should even consider as treasures of the earth. Therefore we could not lay up for ourselves those things that we did not understand. Nevertheless, we covenanted to obey this commandment without fully understanding it at the time it was given unto us. And this we did because of our faith in the word of the Lord. 5. And we remembered the words of Satan when he was cast out of the kingdom of the Father, in which he said that he would take the treasures of the earth, and with gold and silver he would buy up great armies of men, and that he would buy up the means of justice and laws that the children of men would be subjected to through his governments and his religions, and that he would reign with blood and horror upon the earth. 6. And when the Lord gave unto us the holy endowment as an instrument to give our children the opportunity to know the plan of salvation that he had provided for us, we were commanded to demonstrate the great enticement that the treasures of the earth would have upon the souls of the children of God. But even then, we did not fully understand that which was commanded of us. 7. And it was my hope that through my daily administrations among you, and also by the preaching of those who have been given the authority to teach you in the church that the Lord has suffered to be established among us, that these things might not come to pass among you. In other words, that we might not see the necessity of these commandments. 8. But it was our eldest son, Benelli, who first introduced gold and silver among us, and deceived his brothers and sisters, and taught them that these things were precious things of the earth. And as ye have these many years developed a system of money, which is based on these things which ye believe are precious, these commandments have become necessary and vital to our salvation and happiness. 9. For ye have used these things to form inequalities among you, and ye begin to covet those things of your neighbor that ye do not possess, which things are not the things of God, and have nothing to do with your eternal salvation. Yea, these things also have nothing to do with the sustaining of your lives upon this earth. 10. For who among you can eat gold and silver and obtain nourishment from them? And can ye form them into raiment that can shield your flesh from the ill effects of the laws of nature? And who among you can find use for them in the construction of your houses in which ye live? Yea, what use do these things have unto you, except to deceive you, and give unto you a means whereby ye might disobey the commandments of God? 11. Behold, in the beginning I taught unto you the law of consecration, which is the law of the Lord pertaining to all of the children of God, and the means whereby all of us receive that which we are in need of, according to our individual needs. And by this law we existed in peace and harmony with each other, having food and raiment and houses to satisfy the needs of all. 12. And there were no poor or rich among us. For how can there be poor if there are no rich? And how can one man be considered rich if he hath only that which he needeth, like unto all those whose needs are also filled? And what purpose would a man gain if he owned more than that which he needed to sustain his life? The only purpose would be so that he could consume the excess of that which he possesseth on the pride of his heart. And it is this pride in his heart that alloweth him to consider himself rich. 13. And when the pride of his heart hath consumed him, in that he spendeth his days counting his abundance and thinking up ways in which he can increase this abundance, then doth the light which entereth his eye causeth his whole body to be full of darkness. Yea, the obscurity of the darkness within him overcometh any light that he once possessed. 14. And we were commanded from the beginning to work by the sweat of our brow in order to eat the food that would bring us nourishment. And the commandment did not say that we shall live by the sweat of the brow of our brother, but it said by the sweat of our own brow. 15. And there are those of you who are rich and have justified your laziness because ye think that ye can take advantage of another because of his words. Or in other words, because he is not as intelligent as you. But this I say unto you, I am equally as intelligent as any of you, and I have worked by the sweat of my own brow all the days of my life. And your mother Eve has worked along with me at my side. And we are not rich, nor do we have more than that which we need. 16. And because ye have placed value upon gold and silver and other things that ye have made precious among you, ye have caused much misery to come to pass among you. For in the beginning there was no need of a commandment that thou shalt not steal. For everything was provided for and offered free to all without a price. And there were no prices or worth affixed to anything upon this earth. 17. But now ye have placed value upon each other, even that the worth of a man and his trade hath a price. And in this, not only do ye sin in the treatment of each other, but ye sin against God, who hath commanded us to love one another and do unto each other what we would have others do unto us. 18. Now, what man among you would want others to consider you of less value than that value which they consider of themselves? And who among you would want to be known for your little value? And what of those that carry the buckets of our waste and bury them outside of our cities, that we should not behold our waste and cause our cities to stink? Of what value do these have unto us? 19. I say unto you that I would rather live in a clean city that is unburdened by our waste, than I would in a city where those therein wear fine linens and clothing, where moths make their own waste thereon. And we value the dressmaker and the cobbler more than we value he who carrieth our waste from among us. Yet if we had not the dressmaker and the cobbler among us, we could make our own clothes, though not finely made as they might be, but sufficient for our needs. 20. And if there were none to carry forth our waste from among us, then our cities would begin to stink, and we would suffer because of their absence. So I say unto you, which of these should be of more value unto us? 21. And those of you who think that your intelligence should be rewarded at a higher value than the work of those that till our fields and harvest the foods that we eat, yea, what think ye, if they became intelligent like unto yourselves, and thought themselves above the sweat that produceth this food? What then would ye eat? 22. Behold, your intelligence cometh from your deceptions, and the advantage that ye have taken of others because of their words. For ye have convinced those who carry forth the waste, and also those who bring forth the fruits of the field, that your gold and your silver are most precious and are desirous to possess. And because of your many words and your deceptions, those who work by the sweat of their brow to support you depend on you for this gold and this silver, that they might live. 23. And ye have taken that which they produce, and have convinced them who have produced it that its worth is less than the worth that ye know it to be. And then in your deception ye take that which ye have purchased for little, and sell it for much, so that ye might get gain in this profit, and add to the abundance that ye already have. 24. And ye enter into covenants with each other, that ye might control those who work by the sweat of their brow to support you. And ye have used your gold and your silver to buy protection for your evil plans, and to hire those who make laws and ordinances. And these laws and ordinances assure that ye might continue to get gain without the consequences of the law to interfere with you. 25. And once ye have established these laws among you, ye use these laws to justify your actions. And before long, your whole body shall be full of darkness, according to the words of the Lord. And oh, how great is that darkness. 26. I would that ye would take away the gold and the silver from among you, so that Satan can have no more power over you. For if these things of the earth have no value to you, except that it be to sustain your lives and give you joy therein, then shall ye begin to lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. Chapter 22, the header. Adam continues his counsel to his children and finishes explaining the commandments and the law of the gospel. Taking the Lord's name in vain is expounded on, and the proper way to pray and fast explained. The purpose and intent of baptism is given. 19. And I have seen great contention among you because of the worth that ye have placed upon your gold and your silver. For there are those of you who do not have gold and silver, and because ye do not have these things, ye covet the gold and silver of your neighbors. 20. And if this coveting was not enough to turn you against the commandments of God, ye have done that which is most abominable before him. For ye have made yourselves dependent upon this gold and this silver, because of the value that ye have placed upon all the things that ye possess, even those things that God hath provided to us all to sustain our lives. 21. And this value that ye have placed upon these things is according to your gold and your silver and other precious things. And this system of exchange that ye have based upon these useless elements hath been and shall be the cause of much conflict and contention among you. Yea, even that there shall be many wars among you because of this value that ye have placed upon the things of the world. 22. And when one of you coveteth a thing that he doth not possess, then you make contracts with each other in order that ye might possess those things that ye do not have. 23. And those of you who have an abundance of gold and of silver, approach him that coveteth, and offer unto him a contract, in that ye shall lend to him the gold and the silver that he requireth to purchase that which he coveteth. And in your contract with him ye have made stipulations that he must return unto you more than that which ye have given unto him in the first place. 24. And he forsweareth himself that he will do this thing, so that he might have that which he coveteth. Therefore this man hath disobeyed the commandment that he shall not covet, and furthereth his disobedience to the commandments of God by forswearing himself as he hath been commanded not to. 25. And if this man, in the course of the time of his sworn contract, is called home to the God who hath given unto him these commandments, or in other words, if this man dieth, then what shall become of that which he hath sworn to do? 26. And I know that it is a common practice among you to make his children comply with the oath that this man hath made. But the children did not make this oath. And if they do not comply with the contract of their father, then ye demand justice from them, in that ye take all of their possessions, or you take them before a judge to be tried, and sentenced according to a crime that they did not commit. 27. And if the man doth not die, but cannot pay back the gold and the silver that he hath forsworn himself to do, then ye demand the same justice of him. But this is not all in which ye do sin, for your demands are made in anger. 28. And those of you who charge usury in these things have been the cause of much wickedness among us. For ye entice your brothers and sisters to covet that which they do not have, thus being emissaries of Satan in this thing. For it is not Satan that enticeth the children of men with the things of the world, so that they do not give heed to the commandments of God. 29. And first ye entice others to covet that which they do not have. Then ye entice them to forswear themselves unto you, that they might have the thing that they covet. And then ye sin yourselves, in that ye get gain without work, which is contrary to the laws of God. And ye get this gain by the usury that ye charge those who have forsworn themselves unto you. 30. And as emissaries of Satan, ye are the means of much contention and misery among us. And I say unto you, except ye shall see the error of your ways, and stop that thing in which ye are sinning against God, and causing others to sin against God, yea, except ye stop these things, ye shall become the salt that hath lost its savour, and is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. 31. And ye shall be trodden on by those whom ye have charged usury. For they shall come forth out of the prisons in which ye shall cast them, and in their anger they shall hew you down, and take from you the abundance that ye have received from them. 32. Behold, the Lord hath commanded us, saying, Give to him that asketh of thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn thou not away. And if ye charged usury to him that would borrow of thee, then ye shall have your reward in the usury that ye have charged. And this reward shall be according to the rewards of Satan, whom ye serve, and ye shall be miserable like unto him. Chapter 27. The header. The reason why political leaders of nations have power and riches is expounded upon. The spiritual state of 2 slain soldiers that died in war is revealed. War is expounded upon, and the commandments of the Lord are given concerning the defense of a nation by going to war against another nation. 1. Now, this power of Satan was over the entire earth during the reign of the kings and the civilizations that existed in and around the fertile river valleys of the earth. And because of his power, no one kingdom or empire could survive for long periods of time. Nevertheless, there were some that survived longer than others, depending on the inner conflicts that arose within each empire. 2. For when the leaders could no longer subdue the majority of the people of another nation, which were the poor and the laboring class, then they would turn their armies against their own people, and this would cause brother to rise up against brother and family against family, thus eroding the uniting principle upon which these nations were founded. 3. But in all the nations of the earth, during the time of the Egyptians until the latter days, the rich and powerful, which were the few among many, ruled over and subdued the majority. 4. And the desires of the rich and powerful were given unto them by their God, who is Satan. And the cause of their power did not come from the strength of their own arm, neither did it come from the strength of their friends or of their families. For the friends and the families of the rich and powerful, even the leaders of all the nations, are weak like unto themselves. 5. Behold, their strength and their power cometh from their armies and their navies, even the means of force that Satan hath built up to protect and provide his servants with the blessings that he hath promised them. 6. And if money had not been introduced among the children of men, or if a value had not been placed upon the things of the earth that have no intrinsic value as to the sustaining of our daily lives, then these rich and powerful would have nothing with which to pay their soldiers and their generals and their captains. And if they cannot pay their soldiers and their generals and their captains, then they would not have armies and navies. 7. And the riches which they receive to pay for the means of force that they set up for their protection do not come from their own work, neither from the sweat of their own brow. 8. But these riches come unto them like they came unto Benelli, who first introduced the system of value or money in the beginning. For Benelli used flattering words and taught the people to have pride in themselves and also in their families. And this same pride was a tactic that has been used by many leaders to bring the minds and hearts of the majority under their control. 9. For these leaders speak of the greatness of their nation as if it was the only nation that mattered upon the earth, and they stir up the people to patriotism and hate for all other nations of the earth. 10. And with this feeling of patriotism, the poor send their sons to serve in the armies of these leaders, believing that by so doing, their sons would bring honor to their family, in that their sons have stood to defend their country and their lands from the wickedness of other nations. 11. And they would be convinced by the leaders of their own nation that the works of other nations are evil, and that these evil works threaten the security of their own nation. 12. And when the people are thus convinced, then they are willing to give all that they can as a tax to these leaders, believing that they are supporting their freedom and their nation. And in this way do the peoples of the earth divide themselves. 13. And each nation putteth itself above another. And when they go to war with each other, the soldiers of the armies do not think that they are killing their brothers and their sisters, but that they are killing an enemy, who is a possible threat to their own families and their own nation. 14. And now I, Moroni, have seen these great nations and their armies, and the great power that the leaders of these nations have over the hearts of the children of men. 80. And these are the commandments of the Lord, pertaining unto the defense of your nations. And the Lord has spoken to his prophets regarding the defense of the governments that have been set up among the children of men. 81. And all governments and constitutions and laws of the same must support the principle of freedom in maintaining rights and privileges for all. And any law or constitution given by a government that guaranteeth these rights and privileges of freedom shall be supported and befriended by all. And this is as it pertaineth to the law of man, for whatsoever is more or less than this cometh of evil. 82. And the Lord hath spoken, saying, I, the Lord God, make you free. Therefore ye are free indeed. And the law should also make you free. Therefore I would that ye should seek diligently out from among you those who are honest and wise to be your leaders. 83. And these should not be given to riotous living, neither should they be those who have set their hearts upon gold and silver and the precious things of the earth. Yea, there are many among the poor who are wise and honest, and even these who have not set their hearts upon the things of the world shall govern you in the service of love, and not for the money that ye would pay them to be your leaders. 84. And your leaders should not receive for payment that which is greater than what they who are of a majority do receive for their sustenance. And ye should not seek out your leaders from among the rich and the successful, pertaining to the things of this world, for they have proven themselves already by their works. 85. Nevertheless, those who would be your leaders, even those whom ye would choose from among the poor, yea, these should not want to take from those who are rich the desires of their hearts. For if ye take from the rich the desires of their hearts, which are the fine things of this world, then ye have taken away their freedom to pursue those things which cause their happiness. 86. And a wise and righteous leader among you shall respect the desires of happiness of all those whom he serveth, whether they be rich or poor. But his desires should not be for the things of this earth, but his desires should be to serve you and give you freedom to pursue your desires of happiness. 87. And good men and wise men ye should observe to uphold. Otherwise whatsoever is less than these cometh of evil. And I give unto you a commandment, that ye shall forsake all evil and cleave unto all good, that ye shall live by every word which proceedeth forth out of the mouth of God. 88. For he shall give unto the faithful line upon line, precept upon precept, and I shall try you and prove you herewith. And whoso layeth down his life in my cause, for the sake of my name, shall find it again, even life eternal. 89. Therefore be not afraid of your enemies, for I have decreed in my heart that I will prove you in all things, whether ye shall abide in my covenant even unto death, that ye may be found worthy before our Father. For if ye shall not abide in my covenant, then ye are not worthy of me. Therefore renounce war and proclaim peace, and seek diligently to turn the hearts of the children to their fathers, and the hearts of the fathers to their children, even according to the covenants that I have made since the beginning, lest I come and smite the whole earth with a curse, and all flesh be consumed before me. 90. For if I shall find no righteousness among you, then what cause would I have that would keep me from consuming all flesh? Let not your hearts be troubled, For in the house of my Father there are many mansions, and I have prepared a place for you. And where my Father and I am, there ye shall be also, if ye keep the covenant that I have given unto you. And if I will, I shall chasten the nations of the earth, and will do whatsoever I list, if they do not repent and observe all things whatsoever I have said unto them. 91. And again I say unto you, if ye observe to do whatsoever I command you, I the Lord shall turn away all the wrath and indignation from you, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against you.
The second book of Enoch. Those men carried me to the northern region, and they showed me there a very frightful place, and all kinds of torture and torments are in that place, cruel darkness and lightless gloom. There is no light there, and a black fire blazes up perpetually, with a river of fire that comes out over the whole place. Fire here, freezing ice there. It dries up and it freezes. There are very cruel places of detention, dark and merciless angels carrying instruments of atrocities and torturing without pity. I said, "Whoa, whoa, how very frightful this place is." Those men said to me, "This place, Enoch, has been prepared for those who do not glorify God, stealing, lying, insulting, coveting, resentment, fornication, and murder. For those who steal the souls of men secretly, seizing the poor by the throat, taking away their possessions, enriching themselves from the possessions of others, defrauding them when they are able to provide sustenance. For those who bring about the death of the hungry by starvation, and when they are able to provide clothing, take away the last garment of the naked."
The Apocalypse of Zephaniah. Then I inquired of the angel, "What is the place to which I have come?" He said to me, "It is Hades." He said to me, "It is Hades." Then the great angel came to me with the golden trumpet in his hand, and he blew it up to heaven. Heaven opened from the place where the sun rises to where it sets, from the north to the south. I saw the sea which I had seen at the bottom of Hades. Its waves came up to the clouds. I saw all the souls sinking in it. I saw some whose hands were bound to their neck, with their hands and feet being fettered. I said, "Who are these?" He said to me, "These are the ones who were bribed, and they were given gold and silver until the souls of men were led astray." And I saw others covered with mats of fire. I said, "Who are these?" He said to me, "These are the ones who give money at interest, and they receive interest for interest." And I also saw some blind ones crying out. And I was amazed when I saw all these works of Yah.